Okay, guys. So as you can see, I put me some makeup on so I can look a little bit presentable for you guys because I wanted to talk to you guys, and then plus I am trying to do better for myself. So remember yesterday when I was telling you guys about, I was going to tell you about what was going on with me and that I'm going to be having a surgery at the end of this month. Sorry about the lighting. I'm trying to get some natural light, but the sun is kind of like shining in my face, but bear with me. I hope I don't start sweating. But anyway, I have uterine fibroids, okay? And a lot of us women do not really talk about it or suffer it like by themselves and not express it with other people or try to have them to be aware of this is occurring in a lot of women. I felt like, when I was like much younger, I didn't really hear so much about uterine fibroids, but fibroids are starting to be like more common and more known about it, but people suffer in silence. And with these uterine fibroids, they're non-cancerous, but they're tumors that grow outside of your uterus or inside of your uterus. And I will I'll try to put a little picture up here so I can show you how mine's is growing. I have one that's like, I'm sorry, I have like a little bit of notes so I won't forget anything. I found out about my fibroids probably 2 years ago, as far as they had grown. It was probably like about 10 years ago, 10 or 12 years ago, I did have a fibroid. And it was very, very small, and my doctor wasn't worried about it because it was like very, very small. So it's been small for like years, okay? So I don't know if it stayed small because I was like exercising and I was eating much more healthier and stuff like that, and I was taking care of myself much more better than what I am doing right now. But that happens. And I'm trying to improve on that. But anyway, so as time has went on, and I had always went for my yearly exams and stuff like that, and then they had changed things. I don't know if they changed it like in y'all's state, or I don't even know if they went back to you being able to get a yearly checkup every year. I mean, they can do a abdominal checkup, but as far as like, getting samples and stuff like that and making sure everything's all fine and all that great stuff. I was always getting like abdominal checkup when my insurance, I think it was only covering it for every 3 years if you got like a yearly exam, which I thought was crazy. So I felt like during that time frame, that's when they grew. Because it wasn't really required for me to actually go in for an exam, as for say. But as that time had happened, they grew, and I didn't know that they had grew. I had noticed that my stomach had protrude out more. I always carried weight on my stomach. I'm not gonna lie about that. I always carry weight on my stomach, but if I lose weight, it'll go away. But that is like my prone area of where I will gain my weight at, and I wish it would go somewhere else, in other places that if I could pick. But anyway, so during that time frame, they grew, and I was basically suffering in silence because I didn't know what was going on, and it had happened during the pandemic. And I don't know if it was like caused more like by stress or what have you, that they grew even more. But I noticed in 2020 that my stomach was starting to get bigger, but I just thought, well, maybe it was just COVID weight because I did gain like 20 pounds during the COVID time frame. Yes, 20 pounds. That was crazy. So anyway, so I gained 20 pounds, and so I just like really thought that I just gained weight, and I thought that I was just having heavier cycles because I've gained weight. So I didn't think anything of it. So I knew I had PCOS, which is it's not like an illness, but I mean, I was diagnosed with that as far as like, I can tend to have heavier periods. I have, it's more harder for you to lose weight, what else does it do? It's just horrible. You can't lose any weight. I mean, some people do lose some weight. I mean, I'll tell you that. You can lose some weight, but I'm not saying that you can't. But, I mean, I probably said that twice. But anyway, probably if I was like actually working out and stuff like that, I probably could lose some more weight. But, so I really just thought that it was from that. And because I've always had, I can't say really heavy cycles. They were like more than normal. But like when I was on actual birth control, it was more controlled as far as like the flow. It was like really, really, light. So, when I stopped taking my birth control, I was just like, okay, this is just like the normal, that this is just how my flow goes. But my cramps were just like so intense. So back in 2020, I noticed that like I would do like just small things like within the house and my back would be hurting. Like I can vacuum, my back is hurting. I can go up some steps, my back is hurting. I can go cook in the kitchen, my back is hurting. I can go clean in the kitchen, my back is hurting. And I'm just like, okay, I'm just like out of shape. I really need to work on my back muscles. But I really wasn't really too worried about it, because once when my back did hurt, I would just sit down and I would be fine. But I had noticed that my back in 2022, because I hadn't had my yearly exam yet. So when I went for back in 2022, that's when they were just like, well, you know what? My actual doctor, I'm the one that contacted them and was like, my cycles is becoming heavier than the normal. I would use a tampon and a pad. And I'm sorry, I might be getting a little bit graphic, but it is what it is. We are all women, or if you're a man that's listening, this is notes for you to know about what your wife or your girlfriend is going through. So, I knew that was going on, but I was just like, man, but when I would have like my cycle or what have you, I would just be like balled up, back is hurting so bad, headaches. But, you know, I just really didn't think nothing of it. Well, one time my cycle was like so heavy that I got a little bit of lightheaded and I got sick from my actual cycle. Like I had like some I got sick in the bathroom. And I was just like, that is just like really, really weird. But what had happened was I didn't really have nothing on my stomach, but my doctor was saying that I probably had like a reaction from my naproxen. I do take naproxen for my back aches, but it really doesn't, I mean, it helps, but it's not like 100% helping. Hold on one second. I'm about to fix this lighting because I am frying. You know what I'm saying? Okay. This is a little bit better. I was like frying, like I was baking, like I was like sunbathing or what have you. So, where was I? So yeah, so I noticed that my cycles were heavy and all that good stuff. So I was talking to my sister and she was just like, you might want to go get that checked out or what have you. So I had made me an appointment and I was just like, I really feel like I need to get an ultrasound. I'm the one that brought it up to them. I really feel that I need an ultrasound because something's not right going on with my my monthly cycles. And sometimes I would maybe like skip a month or skip 2 months, and that's not normal, but I knew it might have been having something to do with my PCOS. So I told them to check that out or what have you. So they ended up scheduling me for an ultrasound. So when I had my ultrasound, that's when they noticed that I had 3 fibroids. And at the time, I had one that was the size of a, what did they say? I think it was the size of an apple. And the other ones were probably like a size of maybe like a plum, the other 2. And the one that's really like super big is the one that's on the outside of my uterus. I think it's called a subcervical. I am messing up some names, but I'll jot it down at the bottom. And those tend to be located near the outer layer of the uterus. And as of right now, since time has went by, it has grown even bigger. Because when we first found out about it in 2022, she was like, well, I'm not going to be too worried about it because it's not a health issue. You're still healthy. We would love to take it out, but you know, it's up to you and what you want to do, or I can put you on birth controls to slow the growing of it, or it may possibly shrink, but it probably would come back. And you know, she was like, blah, 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 blah. So I was just like, I really don't need to be on any birth control. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to gain any more weight because a girl don't need any more weight. So anyway, that was the name of my tumor. And then I also have one that's a, I think it's like a submucosal tumor, and that tends to be in the lining of the uterus. And then she also told me that, so those are two of them. So I have one on each side and then one at the top. And then I also have polyps in there that she says she wants to get out. So, well, that's just been recently that she's noticed that I have polyps too as well. But when I went to the doctor 2 months ago, well, basically like 3 months ago, she was just like, whoa, your fibroids have gotten bigger from when we did the ultrasound back in 2022, because I had to get another one about 3 months ago because it was like an appointment for me to get another ultrasound and also for her to do an abdominal check. So she was just like, it's gotten bigger. She's like, it's like huge. She's like, your uterus has stretched all the way up to your belly button. And the one that's the biggest is just sitting right on top. So basically it's like pushing everything up in my belly, like I'm pregnant. And well, it actually feels like I am pregnant, but I am not. I have a fibroid. I'm pregnant with a fibroid. And it's making my stomach protrude out. And I've been tending to have like more like heartburn and acid reflux. It's just horrible. I can eat like little bitty things and it feels like it's like pushed up or what have you. So I've been trying to watch what I eat. I also have like issue with my sugars. So she wants me to get my sugar levels a little bit lower before surgery, because, you know, if you have sugar issues, you're more prone to have infections and it may take you longer to heal. So I'm trying to get that under control before my surgery at the end of this month. I've had like sugar issues the past couple of years, maybe like 4 or 5 years now. Yeah. About 4 or 5 years. It's probably been 5 years now. And I just really wasn't playing it seriously because, you know, I was like, I'm young. Like I'm invincible, but you're not. You still need to take care of yourself. And it's just like really clicking for me as like what turns into sugar. And I was just like really, really surprised because I love my pastas. I just love my pastas. And I didn't know pasta turned into sugar. So... And I like my sweets, but I can go without sweets, but it's just like if I get some in my body, I just can't stop. So I'm trying to not be so dependent on my sugars, and I have like cut down my bread. I haven't been like a really big bread person, but I have cut that down. And I try not to eat as much because I feel like I can like, you know, with the acid reflux and everything. So I've been suffering with that. And I've also been suffering like at night, I can't get comfortable. I cannot get comfortable. I'm constantly tossing and turning. Okay. I'm constantly tossing and turning. I'll put the pillows between my legs. I put the pillows underneath my knees if I'm laying on my back, and I can't sleep on my back. I have to like sleep on my side. So like when I sleep on my side, I feel like something is like shifting to the side and my uterus feels even heavier. So I have to like put like a pillow underneath me to feel more comfortable. And since I'm a tosser turner, I just don't sleep well. I just don't sleep well. So then, when I have an actual, so like on my monthly actual cycles, it's very, 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 very heavy. So I do take, some medicine for that, and I will jot the name on the screen. I can't think of it right now, but it does help with me clotting more, as far as like controlling it to not be as heavy. It's great. It's working so far, but I have to take that 3 times a day, 2 pills each time when I do my dosage, and I take it for 5 days. But sometimes I don't really take it for the full 5 days, because sometimes I'm like fine after the 3rd day, and it just feels like a regular like flow kind of cycle or what have you. So I've been suffering through that. Just know that if you have fibroids, or if you feel like something's going on with your uterus, go ahead and get that checked out. A lot of people will just be in silence about it, and really won't say anything to their actual physician. I had changed my OBGYN person, because like when I saw her, she was just basically like, she just wants to hurry up and just do a hysterectomy. And I don't want to do that. I'm still young. I don't want a hysterectomy. I don't have any kids, and I'm still young, sister. And I was just like, she was just only like giving me that opinion. That was it. So if you feel like that is not your only options, please, please, please search for another doctor, and which I did. And she is great. And, she is going to do a laparoscopy, myectomy, and we are hoping that they'll be able to get everything through the laparoscopic thing. I'm hoping so, but she's a little nervous and what's going to happen with the real big one. If she can't get that out with that instrument, she's going to have to cut me as if I have a C-section, and I really don't want that to happen, because I know it's going to take me longer to heal. Some women are very strong and can tolerate pain very well. I know that I would not be able to deal with that pain. I know I'm not a good patient. I mean, I'm nice, but I will whine, and I really don't want to go through that pain. So I will keep you guys posted on everything, but I would love to take you guys through the steps of when I'm getting prepared for my surgery and how I felt. I'm getting very, very nervous about it. I can't lie about that. I'm getting very, very nervous about it, and I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. I've been watching some videos about fibroids and when people get their surgeries and stuff like that. So I'm getting excited to get them removed, because I'm hoping that my back will get better. But I have family members in my family that have suffered from fibroids, and they said when they got their fibroids taken out, they still had back issues. So I'm hoping that mine do go away, because this is ridiculous. I feel like I'm like getting up there, and I'm not getting up there. I mean, eventually I will. But what I'm saying is that a girl don't want to be going through this back pain, because I like to get back to myself and working out and taking better care of myself. I do say that I will say I did neglect and not taking care of myself. And I'm not saying it was because I was just sitting there at home during COVID and letting it brew or whatever. They said it is, it could be hereditary too, if you have like women in your family that do have it, or it could just happen or what have you. So what I want to say is that real quick, because I don't want to be talking forever about it, but I wanted to let you know, if you are in pain and dealing with any of these symptoms, because as of right now, my lower back hurts. I have heavy abdominal pains. Sometimes it feels like it's like so bloated, like it just feels like so heavy, and it's just like uncomfortable. And then you have like the heaviness too, be feeling like your uterus can come out. Yes. I have fatigue, and sometimes I'm very restless when I'm sleeping, and I've told you guys about that. So sometimes I could be like so tired, but I can't sleep. So just like last night, I was up until 2 o'clock in the morning, but I really technically didn't go to sleep probably until like about 4. And then I heard my husband get up, and I was like sleeping, but I wasn't really sleeping, but I was kind of sort of up. And then my son needed to get to school, and I needed to make sure that he was up. But I went back into the bed, but it was just like, I get that, like I'm sleeping, but I'm aware of everything. So I just feel like really tired. So like right now I do feel tired, because like when he went to school, I went on ahead and I slept until 10, but I could have slept longer. And then there are just like some days that I actually do go to bed like about 11 at night or 12 at night, and I can sleep until 11 or 12 the next morning. So I'm not anemic. She did check my levels on that. My hemoglobin is okay. I am vitamin D deficient, so I do have to take me some vitamin D, and she's pumping that into my system right now as far as like to get me ready for my surgery. But I have noticed, like with the studyings that I've been doing on my own, is that a lot of women suffer vitamin D deficiency. So make sure you are getting the proper amount of your vitamin D, ladies, and just be aware of what you are doing as far as like, I feel like it has a lot to do like with eating and stuff like that, because there's like so many things pumped into our foods and stuff like that. I probably really need to just eat clean, honestly, to tell you the truth, because I don't know. I'm just really trying to figure it out. And then another thing is that you have frequent urination. I'm always having to go to the restroom. Sometimes when I go, it feels like my bladder is like so full, but I can't get really all of it out. So if you're suffering through that, you know, just try to like lean forward a little bit, and it can help a little bit. But I'm constantly have to go to the bathroom. It can be every hour. And then if I'm on the go, it's ridiculous. I don't think that many people like to go any places with me, because I like to use the restroom a lot. So that's what I go through. And then sometimes you can have pain when you are having a bowel movement, and I didn't know that until I had said something to my doctor. I did experience that, and I didn't know what was going on, but I thought maybe it could be like my IBS or something like that. But yeah, it can, yeah, you can go through things through that or whatever, and then you'll have like really bad cramps. I don't know, maybe some people don't have cramps, but I tend to have cramps. I had cramps before, and I still have them now, and they're very heavy. So I take the naproxen for my back pain. It also helps with my menstrual cycles, as far as like my cramps, and it helps me with my headaches, because I suffer migraines too as well. But as I'm taking that, I think it's called tranexamic acid, I'll link it down at the bottom. I probably take that just for a couple of days, and that has done tremendous, because when I would be on my cycle, I wouldn't want to go nowhere. But the first day or two is horrible, so I do tend to stay in the house, because I don't want to have an accident. And it's ridiculous that I have to worry about things like that at my age. And I mean, it happens, but sometimes my cycle may last up to 7 to 14 days. Sometimes it might last 5 days, but I do feel very bloated. My stomach is very bloated. I get out of breath very easily. My enzymes now are controlled with my kidneys, because at one point we were having a little bit of issues with my kidneys, and that didn't click with my regular family doctor. I don't know what the procedure is with that, but she wanted to be like my OBGYN person, and really you need a specific person who has studied for OBGYN. I don't know. I didn't want to deal with it with my family doctor. So I'm not going to blame her, but I probably should have sticked with my guns and just stayed with my OBGYN person. But yeah, so I have vitamin D deficiency. So I'm taking those once a week as of right now up till my surgery. I'm not for sure what she's going to do or recommend in me taking after the surgery. My surgery, she said that it will take up to maybe, okay. So if she does the laparoscopy, it might be like, what she said, 4 to 5 incisions on my stomach, and probably about maybe like that big or what have you, or it might be a little bit smaller than that. I don't know. But of course, I should heal much faster with that, and I should be like moving around and doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? Probably like week 3. That's what I feel. But if she don't have to do an actual C-section cut, so she said if she has to actually do that, it might take me up to 9 to 12 weeks to heal. And I really, really, really don't want that to happen. But I'm looking forward for my surgery because I'm tired of being drained. And I'm tired of always saying that my back hurts. I'm always tired of saying how heavy my uterus feels. But if you're suffering or experiencing any of these symptoms, just go ahead and just talk to your OBGYN and make you an appointment. Just be precautious about it. And if you feel like you don't like that answer or whatever, if you want to feel more comfort in it, as far as like what she's stating is like, you know, oh, you just have heavy cycles or whatever, go ahead and see if you can get a request in getting a C-section. I'm not C-section. And getting an ultrasound to verify. And I'm hoping when she actually goes in to my uterus that it's still just a 3, because I'm getting nervous with that, because I watched some videos and some women be like, yeah, I only have 5. And then when they had the actual surgery, they'd be like, they took out 12 or they took out 25. Or I've even seen like women that had like 50 or more fibroids in their body, and that's just crazy. So ladies, just be aware of your health, and I just wanted to give you guys the heads up on that and what's going on with me, because I know you probably didn't heard me if you do follow me. I would be like, my back hurts or what have you. So I will keep you guys updated. I would love for you guys to follow me when I do post up that video. Like I said, my surgery is towards the end of this month of January. And I would love to take you guys through the steps and be very realistic in how I feel, because I know I'm not going to be peachy cream, because I know some people are just like, I feel fine. It's like day 2. I do know I'm gonna have to be moving around and stuff like that, but I know I'm probably gonna be hard-headed a little bit on that. But I will keep you guys posted. I'm so glad that you guys clicked my video and took the time to listen to my story and how I'm living with fibroids. But if you are a woman, please be aware of your body and get things checked out, and make sure you get your physicals, well, not your physicals, your yearly exams. I don't know if they go back to yearly or they may still recommend 3 years. I'm not for sure, but I feel like the older that you get, that you need to be more aware of it and getting things checked out. And then like sometimes you can be, you know, in your early 20s and this can happen. So just be aware of your body and contact your OBGYN. And I look forward in keeping you guys posted on my progress and getting these taken out. And I would love for you guys to keep me in your prayers that I will heal fine and have no infections, and just pray for me. So anyway, love you guys. And if you are new to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure your notifications are on so that you will not miss the video that I will post to let you guys go through the process of with me with my fibroid journey. But anyway, guys, take care.